Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'll give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. Apologies for those for the consistent time change. Yeah, your boy actually got him some actual sleep today. Longer than it was expected, but nonetheless, got some well-deserved rest in the last couple days. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying a Friday. TGIF, y'all. Hopefully, everybody's smoothly getting through their work day. Hopefully, your kids is getting smoothly through the school day. And whatever you may have planned for the weekend, especially those in the city, just make sure you keeping your eyes open, making sure you keep your spirit in tune, and just again, be blessed and be joyful that you're at least seeing another day. Another day, another blessing around the sun. Appreciate everybody that tuned in yesterday for the conversation. Definitely was a great one. If you missed it, you can catch the replay definitely. Um, then just a solid talk that was needed. We're gonna have to start having more talks along these lines because again, you want to get the visuals, but also get the information where you want to get it to. I was supposed to do something last night, but yeah, wrapped up with a little bit of everything at work, so I couldn't really concentrate the way I wanted to. Um, but nonetheless, again, got to start elevating and raising the mindset. Today won't be a little different. Um, Speak on a few different little things today. Together, what's going on, baby? Um, I'm gonna say this again on both angles for you men and you women out there. The dating game, relationship game has somewhat changed up from what we first knew. You know, and the saddest thing about it is that again, it gets back to the main focus that some of y'all are gonna have to be 100% honest with somebody when you are trying to quote unquote court them. Like I'm not gonna sit here and tell everything, but I'm not going to sit there and not say nothing either. Like nobody should have to guess anything about me. Not the person I'm dealing with. They shouldn't have to guess anything about me. I should be able to be open and forefront with what's going on. The same thing. Harry, what's going on? I'm chilling together, trying to get up out this rain. It's been raining off and on most of the day. Definitely been raining off and on most of the day, but I think it should be stopping at some point. But again, I would tell some of you men and women out there, just be real and be honest. You know, not saying give out every single detail of your life to somebody, but at least put out the things that you know anybody else would be able to say is true. You know, oh no, I'm good, sis. You know me. I don't never really get caught in the rain like that, and it's always either when I'm coming back from my walks or I'm damn near where I need to be at before I start doing anything. But it's been like this all day. It's been for every time it did rain hard, it slack up for like an hour. I think it's supposed to stop tonight. So, but nonetheless, it's not cold. So it's another reason why I took this nice little decent walk. Tamika, what's going on, baby? You got to be honest with yourself before you can put yourself to any type of committee, anything. You got to be real with yourself. You got to be able to know that what you bring into the table is going to be something that somebody wants and needs. You know, some people will try to say, well, what you bringing to the table? I am the table. No, okay, well, the table is going to collapse with all of these groceries on here. If you got them weak tables. Um, again, you supposed to be strengthening up and building the the relationship aspect basically. If I want my woman to be happy, I'm going to try to do everything I can to make sure that she's happy. and vice versa. If my woman wants to see me happy, it should be the same thing. Now, again, we have some people who come across the wrong people, and this is why we get some of the confusion, or this is why we get some of the back and forth with how it is when it comes to dating. But I feel like this: if I'm going to be putting my all into you, you need to put your all into me, and that's basically what it needs to be. We can't be half in no relationship, half out of no relationship. We either gonna be stuck all the way through until marriage, or we just gonna part ways. Some people have this problem with just falling the opposite direction when they think that they got something. Look here, if it ain't guaranteed in stone, if a person can't make up their mind if they really want to be with you or not, or if you can't make up that decision on what's what, then you keep moving. Like, you're not going to waste your time trying to focus just on one person when you probably got multiple people out there who can do the job just as good. That's just like prime example. If love was a business and this is a business that's always serving you, yeah, you're gonna always want to go with the familiar face. But there might be somebody that's not familiar that actually get the job done better than what the current person was doing. You got to think of it from that standpoint. You know, do you put your eggs all in one basket, or do you give yourself options? But see, I would always tell you this: you give yourself options if you really feel in your heart and you really feel like whatever you're doing now isn't going to be the future course of plans. You know, again, I think the reason why some of these relationships are being broken, some of these relationships ain't flourishing the way they all of the way they should be flourishing, is because a lot of outside interference. Like I said, knew somebody that just was complaining recently, talking about I messed up something good. Damn, man, why I messed up with Shorty. And then when I heard the whole background, I had to give him my all in all opinion on it. And I don't really get into people's relationships, or I don't do certain shit like that. You come to me for advice, I'll give you that. And that's exactly what I gave him, advice. I said, you really love this girl and respected her, and this was really somebody that's been there with you from the start. You got to make things right then. And how you make things right, stop listening to outside interference. And that's certain things that need to be said too, not just on the men's perspective, women's perspective too. Some of y'all messed up good relationships listening to people who are single. I can't take no advice for somebody that done had 3 damn divorces already and probably on a fourth. That's just not gonna listen to nothing, because again, what could you tell me? The only thing you could tell me is the don'ts. You can't tell me anything about the do's, because if you could tell me that, you wouldn't be, where you at right now. Like, again, how can I expect a man, prime example, who had previous divorce after divorce, how can I expect that person to give me any type of good advice? Only thing you can tell me in that instance is the don'ts. Don't do this, and if you don't do this. That's the only thing you can say. Everything else, no, I'm not gonna listen to that. Not gonna listen to it, because again, if your advice is as strong as it was, you would be all right. Matter of fact, you would be given the do's and not the don'ts. There's a lot of men and women out here recently who feel they relationship experts. They feel like they can tell anybody anything. You can't. In my opinion, when you get people like that who are only telling you the don'ts and don't never tell you the do's to keeping something strong, that means they don't have the do's to keep things strong. It won't be long before that person is either divorced again, or before it be something that you wasn't expecting, basically. It's time for it's time for the relationship aspect to start bringing back something that's missing: gratitude. Not just gratitude for the men, gratitude for the women too. There's some of y'all who are not doing so, and this is why some of you are also suffering what you're suffering at. Fellas, your woman want to be secure and safe. Ladies, your man just wants to forget the recognition. Your man just wants the praise and approval for doing what they're doing. And if you have somebody who is doing what they're doing, it should be gratitude there. If a person has lifted you up from your darkest point, and now y'all both in a calm, cool, collective place, y'all supposed to give each other the gratitude. Y'all supposed to show each other the love and the respect and the dedication and know that guess what? We went through something tough. We got through that. We can get through almost anything. You know, but some people will be quick to give up quick. And that's the one thing I can say about anybody. The minute there is no real gratitude, no real sense of anything, a person will push away from you quick. Like some people, relationships don't always end on a bad note. They'll end on a good note. It will 9 out of 10 end on a good note. But it depends again on the severity of the situation. Now, there are people who have broken up because things just didn't work out right for them. And it's not that they didn't work things out; they ain't try to work it out. But if you're trying to work things out and it's not moving forward, it's not getting where you feel it should be, then there's nothing wrong with just moving on, accepting that things didn't work and just you keep it moving. In other instances, some people refuse to move on, and this is why we get situations like stalking and just creep behavior on both ends. Because it's not just men that will sit there and not let go. There are a lot of the women too that won't let go. You have to start letting go when you know you're not happy. One thing again, I would say, even on a friendship level or relationship level, when it comes to people, um, just do right by them. Do right by them like they doing right by you. You'll see that it makes a world of a difference. See, in my situation, like I told y'all a while back, yes, I just recently got out of a 16-year relationship. And we didn't end off on bad terms like some people would. I've seen some people who was together longer than me and mine, and they don't even speak. You would think for a fact they never spoke a day in life. That's how cold it can get. But when you both have a common ground and you both have a common notion again to just want to see each other happy, that's the most important thing. One thing I can say is true. If you're unhappy or if you feel something is unhealthy, then yes, you must move away from it. If you can't work through it, or if it's something that just not going to be fixed, you got to keep it pushing. Because in the long run, you don't have time to keep wasting, and you don't have time to keep just settling and waiting for a result. If it didn't work, it didn't work. But just because something didn't work, that don't necessarily mean again that it should be F you, F me, and nah. We should be able to just say, all right, look, it didn't work. Now we move on from there. The one thing to remember too is that you always want to have some sort of a bond, friendship wise, with somebody. Because they'll try to say this when it comes to marriage, that's supposed to be not just your husband or your wife, that's supposed to be your confidant, your best friend, all of that, right? All into one, which is true. Because if I can't come to nobody else with something, I should be able to come to my woman and say something without it being a problem or without being judged about something, and vice versa. Some of you men who are quick to judge before you fully sit down and listen to all the facts can't just do that. Again, I was always taught to follow a gut instinct when something don't seem right. And again, if it don't seem right, then you follow it the right way. You make sure you get away from that unnecessary. That unnecessary thing that's making you feel inadequate, keep it moving from there. And again, I've always felt this way. If you can't be real with somebody, no, if you can't be real with yourself, you can't be real with nobody. And if you can't be real with nobody, then you are lost cause. That's just my lost cause on that, you know. And I honestly feel you shouldn't even be worried about anything relationship wise if you're not fully there as far as mentally, spiritually, because you're gonna need that. See, with a relationship is more spiritual, is more mental than it is physical. Besides working and besides taking care of certain things, shouldn't be nothing physical about a relationship. Shouldn't nothing be out of reach. Shouldn't nothing be hell on earth, basically. And I would tell some of you women and some of you men again, if you're in a relationship where it's too controlling, you must do everything in your power to get away from that. Because that's the one thing I can say about a person that is controlling. Because I've dealt with one who was controlling. A person can't control your every movement, your every step in life. And they damn sure can't force you to feel how they want to feel. No, it's supposed to be you feeling what you feeling and you going with your gut instinct and your notion. Tanya, what's going on, baby? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. But you got to remember that a controlling person will do just that. They will try to control every moment, every aspect of your life. And that's not the way you should be living. I heard somebody tell me recently, maybe this is God's punishment for me. And I looked at him for a minute and said, God would not sit here and put you into anything that you can't get yourself out of. And don't blame God or try to say that that's a punishment from him. No, you're punishing yourself, which is the truth. You're punishing yourself when you decide to settle and deal with any type of controlling, abusive behavior. Not right. Not right at all. Again, some of you have to learn to push away from that. You already know, Tanya, baby. But again, you got to get away from that aspect. Because again, if I'm supposed to be in a relationship, I'm supposed to be happy, and I'm supposed to be building with a person I feel I should be building with, then we shouldn't have no doubts. Should be no miscommunication on anything. It should just be everything is out in the open, basically, as far as the communication and all of that. Because again, how can my partner know how I'm feeling for that day, or how could they know how I'm feeling for the week if I don't speak to them, if I don't say nothing, if I'm just hiding stuff? You can't hide nothing from nobody. Not supposed to. And there's some of you again who are messing yourselves up because you refuse to, put your pride to the side. You can't sit here and expect things to be moving solid if you're not moving solid. It's just not going to work. And see, again, there's some of you men and women who will mess yourself out of a sure thing and a good thing because, again, you're focusing on outside interference. A person can't tell me about somebody I'm dating if I already did my background research on somebody before I started dating. That would be like if you already know what somebody's past was, so on and so forth, and you still manage to deal with them. No matter what somebody else says, that's past tense. It's not present and it's not future. But again, I would say in certain instances, you fellas again are gonna have to start being wiser, and you women, again, some of y'all put yourselves in situations with people that's for the streets. If this person doesn't have my best interest in heart, if this person ain't trying to sit there and watch me grow and build, if this person is not doing anything of the sort that could be keeping me uplifted, then I don't need to be with that person. because I know those type of spirits will drag you down. Those type of negative effects will definitely drag you down. Again, start thinking before you just getting into things. Some of y'all again are thinking again only about the lust factor and not the trust factor. I don't care how bad I might have been lusting over you. If I can't trust you enough to do anything, if I can't trust you as far as I can spit, then there's no need for me to be with you. Period. And that should be the thing with anybody. You can't trust somebody that well, keep pushing. Find somebody that you can. And you keep it pushing from there. But some people refuse to leave because they feel they leaving something good. But again, it's a difference between knowing you got good and thinking you got good. You could think you got something good, but do you actually know it's good for you? You know, if relationships was like food and dieting, you got to put the right food and the right, method into your dieting, so you don't lose too much, but you don't gain too much. You keep an equal balance. Again, fellas, when you got a woman that's been there with you from the beginning and building with you from the beginning, and they willing to accept, but also they willing to work with certain things, then you keep that. Don't be a fool later and be crying about it when she end up being with somebody else that could do for her. Or vice versa. Same thing with you women. Don't get mad when a man decides he wants to move on and he finds somebody that could actually be a key piece for him as far as growth. Because this is the one thing most of us men want. We don't just want recognition. We don't, want gratitude. And no, we all just don't want sex. The main thing we want is the things that we feel keeps our relationships and even our marriages strong. We need trust. We need honesty. And we definitely need more than anything the trust and honesty. Because again, I can have love for you, but if I can't trust you, that's a problem. Angela, what's going on, baby? Again, you got to remember that. We all are built differently. All of us want different things. Again, you can't sit here and get mad at a whole group of people because of what one person did. That's just like you had a bad experience with one man. Not every man should have to suffer that experience with you neither. And if they didn't do nothing for you to even get that way, shouldn't get that way. Platty, what's going on, baby? And I think that's the weirdest thing about it all with some people is that you'll take out your angers, your aggressions, and your frustrations from a previous situation and bring it into all your future endeavors. There's some women who be crying right now. Oh, y'all men ain't men, and yo, y'all not this and y'all not that. See, look, I'm gonna say this again. There's a difference between a man and a boy. There's a difference between a woman and a girl. Boys and girls are always gonna be undecisive on things in life. They might want to do something this time, but then they might switch it up. Whereas if a man or a woman has already made up their decisions and they mind on how they moving and how they rolling, they want to stick with that. And there is going to be no change in anything, you know. But again, you just got to remember that because you had a past bad experience, that don't mean everybody's on that same notion. You might have had a dude that cheated on you. That don't mean every dude is going to be cheating on you. Dude, same thing. You had a woman cheat on you. That don't mean every woman is for the streets. And that don't mean every woman you get with is going to be cheating. Again, you have to understand, there's going to be critical moments in life where it could change your decision or it could change your thought on certain things. But it really shouldn't. Okay, this didn't work out. Maybe that was a sign from that man upstairs telling me something. Or maybe that was just the sheer sign period that, hey, this ain't for me. And once you see that certain things don't work the way it should work, you got to learn to move on. And again, keep yourself strengthened up and find what you need to find. Again, there's going to be days that you can second guess one thing, but you shouldn't second guess everything. I might have second doubts about going with this person because of whatever. But that don't mean you got doubts about everybody. So again, it's about keeping the right options open. But I've always felt this too. The right blessings come within the right time frame, even when you least expect it. You never know. But how would you know if you focusing and stuck on something that just didn't work out? Look how many situations we had with people who are being stalkers and being creeps because they couldn't move on. Yes, again, men and women, y'all have to learn to start moving on when things don't work for you. I'm going to repeat that again. Learn to move on when things don't work for you. Because obviously it's not meant for you to work, you know? Because if it was, you'd have been able to get through even the smallest difficulties, you know? One thing you got to remember is that you can't always waste time. Time waits for nobody. If you think love and happiness got time to be waiting, nope, you don't. You don't put something in your life that should be beneficial, yeah, believe you're going to be unhappy. And again, but you just got to remember what it is, though. Things don't happen overnight, and you got to remember that part too. Things that don't work, they ain't meant to work. They might not work for you. It could work for somebody else 9 out of 10. Good.
Sure.
Sure.
Got out here?
I've been outside, just coming back. Shit is where my bag got hit. Think it's trying to rain again. I know you got time. Wait, yo, I need tomorrow's numbers today, Platty. Come on now. I need tomorrow's lotto numbers for today. Come on. Help me out. Help me out, future baby. Come on. Hey, but you gotta realize that again. A solid foundation will always keep a solid relationship going at all costs. You know. Again, some of y'all gotta understand what it is you want and what you don't want. Because again, everybody got different qualities. Everybody has different things. Some things they might not like. And the things that they do like, if you're not incorporating or doing anything, you're causing a problem. No doubt, Vlad. No, but you got to remember that part. You know, Everybody has different qualities, different standards, and so on and so forth when it comes to what they want. If a person is telling you they just want to feel secure and safe, then you do what you can to make sure that they secure and safe. It's just like if the fella's asking the women for something, and there's something that should be compromisable, it should be compromisable. Okay, you might not like the fact that I smoke. I might not like the fact that you drink. But if we got a passion and if we got things outside of that, we can compromise. All right, well, look, I won't smoke around you. You don't drink around me. Or we have a moderation if we are going to be doing whatever. So this way we don't feel like crushing each other or stepping on each other's toes. You should never feel that way. No. Front might be open if this nigga sitting in the front. Patty. I said front might be open if Patty's still sitting in that lobby. That's just you, nigga. Get your little hypothermic ass up out of here. I said, get your little hypothermic ass up out of here, man. Talking about it's cold, man. It ain't cold, man. Oh, I forgot. You ain't used to this weather no more. I forgot. Cheers, what's going on? What's going on? You know, but this is what I'm saying. You gotta remember that. I can't sit there and go be with somebody if they not happy with anything I'm doing. And that's the one thing you gotta remember too. When you are with somebody and they are not happy with anything that you do, and that's a sheer sign right there that you need to get away. Because again, if I'm doing my best and it's not if my best is not even making you happy, then what are you with me for? And now that's the one thing to remember. Like, look, if I'm not happy or you're not making me happy, I'm not going to continue to be with you. Point blank, period. And that's how it really should be. There's some of you men and women who refuse to leave even when you're being downtrodden. Like, come on now. A relationship shouldn't feel like jail. A marriage shouldn't feel like that either. It shouldn't feel like parole officers and no. There should be trust, loyalty, and honesty within all of that. Because I could trust you to go somewhere, but are you going to be honest enough to tell me what happened in the event something did happen? Again, communication. If we don't know what we really clearly want and need or expect from each other, then we have to sit down and have a talk before we go any further. And that's just real rap right there. But there are some people who won't even do that. Because again, it's that notion of, I got to be with somebody. I got to be with somebody. Focus on yourself. I want to tell some of y'all this in the best instance. Focus on yourself. Focus on your healing. Focus on the things that are necessary before you decide to put yourself into any other situation. Like if you just got out of a relationship of, I don't care how long it was. It could have been 2 years, 3 years. Don't just rush right into another relationship or another situationship that quick. It shouldn't be that way. You still need time to heal, grow, and make sure that the person you are trying to get is going to basically have everything on that list that you got. Because some of y'all put a list of things y'all want from a person. If a person check out half of those boxes and half of those boxes are the main important boxes, everything else you should be able to work around. I ain't messing with you, Platty. You still ain't let the kangaroos loose, though. Come on now. I need my kangaroo coat. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come over here with that. Come over here and bring my damn animals in the chat. But you got to remember that, though. You got to remember that, again, your happiness, your peace, and your joy and everything else, it solely lies within you. Are you going to continue to be with somebody that's not making you happy or not giving you the full effort they should be giving you? No. If I'm putting in all the dedicated work to try to make things work and stay afloat and you can't even see me eye to eye on that, then we have a problem. And the main thing to remember is healing at all costs. I can't be with somebody if I know I just got out of a dangerous situation or I got out of a situation that could have been dangerous. No, I got to survey the area and make sure whoever I'm putting in my path next has my full undivided attention, number one, and has my best interest at heart before anything. Mr. Fisher, I'm going to ask you a question. Is your mama taken? Because why the hell would you come in here during this type of motherfucking time? I'm about sick and tired of you dickheads coming in this damn chat. How you doing? And not respecting anything and coming after the women. Y'all some straight bitch made ass niggas. If you have something to say, if you want to be that much of an interruption, bitch, when I drop the link, pop your punk ass up. The fuck is wrong with y'all? And y'all all the fucking weirdos, man. This is something that you shouldn't have to tolerate on any level. I don't care. Because there be some of you bozos that really don't be having no type of nothing and wonder why you're fucking downtrodden and sad. Your bitch asses don't know how to get off of the internet and go apply yourself to life. The fuck out of here. Ask your mama if she's sick. If she is, tell her I want to come holler at her. The fuck wrong with you, bitch? I'm over here with that, man. And apologies, y'all. Don't like dumbasses coming in here trying to distract anything. And definitely not coming after women. Y'all niggas be punks. Time knowing y'all niggas move like that in real time. Punk motherfuckers. Come on, man. Grow up. We having an adult conversation. Little children should not be in the mix of this. Now try again, motherfucker. Now back to the lesson at hand before I was rudely interrupted. This is another problem you have to worry about. You never know what kind of immaturity you're going to deal with if you are dealing with somebody. That's one thing you can't have in any type of relationship is immaturity and irresponsibility. If you can't be responsible enough to hold your own weight, how you gonna hold up weight for everybody else? You know, you got to remember again, it does start within self. What makes me happy? What do I look for in a person that's going to be the qualifications for me to be happy? If this person meets all these requirements, or at least a majority of the requirements, then I should be pretty much good. But if the person is not giving me nothing that I have on the list, the main thing you really should have on your list, if anything, is overall trust, honesty, you know, trust, honesty, and sheer love. Those are the main key factors you should have in any type of relationship or build of anything. If I can't fucking trust you, then I can't talk. That's the main thing to remember too. Communication will always be the fucking key to anything. Because you can't make certain moves in life if you're not communicating, if you're not talking. Loyalty, honesty, respect. Those three keys right there should be in any list more than anything. Forget the physical features and everything else I might put on these lists. Think about the main things that's needed. You want loyalty, you want honesty, you want respect, and you definitely want a peace of mind and happiness. And if a person is not at least giving you those out of the list, then that's somewhere you don't need to be at, because at some point you're still not going to get what you fully deserve. You know, and again, being real with yourself. That means in any shape, any form, you're not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to open up when you need to open up. That's the one thing, again, we have to remember, the communication factor of a relationship. Because, again, my partner could be upset about something, and if I'm not taking the time to find out what's going on with them, or if I'm just allowing it to keep, going deeper, at some point we're going to have a problem. We could have a heated argument, and that heated argument could lead to a breakup, or it could lead to us not trusting each other. And once it gets to a point where you can't even trust each other, that's another problem. So again, on both angles, fellas, you're going through stuff, let your woman know what it is. Vice versa, ladies, same thing. But the one thing to remember is you both have to effectively listen and communicate with each other in order for things to be back to where it was at before. If you already had something strong and it's kind of weakening, you have to sit down and talk. If one of you are unhappy about specific things going on in the relationship, be open and honest and speak. And again, listen to when somebody is telling you something and understand that they are telling you this because they want you to do better. Realers, what's going on? If your woman is telling you, prime example, she wants you to be more assertive with certain things, she's telling you that for a good reason, because she probably sees something you don't see. And vice versa. If a man is telling you ladies something and they telling you something from a deep place, that's because either A, they had experience with that, or B, because again, they see something that you don't see. So again, if we're gonna work together on a relationship, if we're gonna work together and try to build and be that happy success story like we want to see, we're gonna have to open our mouths and start talking. Like, ladies, you want to happy with certain things, let your man know, and vice versa. But again, you both have to open your mouths and listen. And some of you women, you have to learn this. No, let me say this: certain people need to learn this, because I'm quite sure the main women got this already. Some of y'all have to understand that if you are with a man, regardless of what, if a man has been dealing with almost everything throughout the day, the stresses of the week, and is still dealing with a little bit of everything, when he does decide to open up and confide and talk to you, there shouldn't be a reason why you're being judgmental or anything. There should be no reason why you're just trying to disregard their feelings. See, that's the one thing people hate, is being disregarded. Don't disregard anybody's feelings. When somebody is really telling you something from the heart and they are telling you something because they need to get it off their chest, let them. And actually listen. Effectively listen before you just get into irrash decisions. Period. Court, what's going on, baby? You know, again, how can I expect my lady to be happy in life if I'm not doing the things I should be doing or required to do that? And vice versa. How can you expect me to be with you if you're not even doing the simplest thing, like at least keeping my heart at ease? And that's the one thing we all want. We want to be at ease when it comes to our relationship. We already got enough to deal with together. So why should we deal with things separately? There's some things we're not going to be able to keep separate from each other, because again, if we're growing, we're building, we need to make sure we're both in a good angle, in a good position. That's just like you can't marry somebody if you know they deep in debt, because now guess what? Their debt becomes your debt, and vice versa. You can't deal with somebody if they don't at least got their head on their shoulders somewhat. And even if they don't at that present time, they should be lifting themselves up to do something. Saddest thing about it all, though, again, is the communication barrier and the level for that is definitely is subsided. I think that's what kept a lot of the households strong at one point, even before the wars and stuff. I believe that's what kept a lot of households together. The fact that it was communication. They was actually sitting down at the table and talking. They was actually sitting down throughout points of the day to get a better understanding of what's what. Because again, how do I expect what's going on? Like I said, how do I expect my relationship to stay strong and to stay even on the up and up if we not talking? Gotta remember that part.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to dapping him probably a little bit. We go upstairs. He said they would be upstairs.
Them niggas.
Nah, that's what he said.
I know.
I'm gonna text them and shit since they think I ain't gonna fuck with them. Yeah.
You'll smell beef bacon in the hallway somewhere. You know? You'll smell beef bacon and evil. You know they did. You already. My bad, y'all. And this is what I'm saying. You got to remember that part. How can I expect my relationship to stand strong, my foundation to be strong, when we're not talking, we're not communicating, we're not letting each other know exactly what we're feeling at that time junction? Like, how do we do that? And again, I feel like this: if you can't even sit down and have a talk with somebody without getting too upset, too sensitive, or just too in your feelings, that ain't gonna work neither. Again, there's some women who mess themselves up because when a man is really trying to open up and be, truthful with you on things, you're quick to disregard the feelings. Oh, nigga, that's just this, and oh, that's just that. You need to. First of all, no man should ever want to hear that. The same way y'all want to be talked to a certain way, we expect the same thing. Same thing as far as respect is concerned. This is the main thing. Respect. If I'm talking you down like a dog, I don't expect you to be with me long because again, this is the notion that you're gonna think. He gonna always say something, or he gonna always have attitude, or he always wanna, and it shouldn't be that way. Nobody should ever feel that way at all. You gotta remember that part. Things will be easier when you learn to communicate. Again, y'all need to learn that art again, the art of communication, because that's going to be your key survival method for everything. And I mean everything, relationship wise, all of that. That's going to be your main method and your tool to succeed. No prime example. You might have a person that's not too, how you say it? You might have somebody that, again, they not too, might have somebody that, again, they're not going to be as, oh shit, they're not going to be as upset. They're not going to be as upset if you're paying attention. It's the truth. If you're not paying attention to your significant other, you're not paying attention to the details that's involved in everything in your situation, you ain't going to have a situation no more. You're not. So you got to learn to be honest, not just with yourself, but be honest with the person that you're dealing with. Even the smallest lie a lot of times will cause the only destruction within the relationship and the foundation. But there's some of you, again, who have to learn to be open and honest from jump. If I know prime example, I'm not too materialistic prime example. You can't get mad when the person is telling you, listen, this is what it is. This is who I am. What's going on, my guy? I already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But this is what I'm saying. You can't sit here and get mad about anything when you're not being truthful about anything. Come on, I knew I smelled pork shoulder. Go on them damn elevator, man. Cool gamer, what's going on? Come on, man. Go ahead, panini face. Shit. Oh shit. It's worm food, that's why. That's that worm food. Too bad, y'all. No, but again, you gotta be calculated in this decision right there. Again, how can I expect the best outcomes and possibilities when I'm not giving myself that? Again, some people are not materialistic. Some people are simple as all hell. Not saying simple as far as simple-minded, but they just simple. They don't require much. There's some women out there, just like there's some men out there. They don't care about the money. They don't care about none of that. They just care solely about being with somebody that's going to love them the same way they love them. And again, if it's not 100% love on either angle, you're pretty much not going to have too much that you need to have. If you really want that aspect of life, hey, you're going to have to work hard for it, but not work too hard. You work hard enough to where you know how to keep them and how to keep them happy. What the hell? She said TBF and pretty simple. Never mind, I'm not fucking with you, Flatty. I'm not. Well, but no, it's just the principle. Like, one thing I can say all in all is that, again, some people simple people don't require much. Most they require is that you love them, you honor them, and you respect them the way they would do for you. Which is the God honest truth. If I'm with somebody and they don't even feel one of those three, they don't feel the honesty, they don't feel the loyalty or the respect, how do I expect them to stay with me long? You know? Oh Lord, my bad, bro. Damn, I done messed myself up. Shit. All right, go back out to the store, man. But see, Platty, I'll be honest with you. See, you sound like a couple other people I know that said he just gave up. You can never, if that's the case, then you're giving up on life in general. Because again, you can have everything you want in life, but if you don't have happiness, you don't have somebody to share that happiness and growth with, it's pretty much pointless. You know? But this is my thing. Again, you gotta know what you want and put it into existence. Because ain't nobody else going to do it for you. Again, you want safety. The main thing you want too is value. I should be able to value my woman like she values me. If I value her to the point where I can respect everything and she can respect everything, then we good. There should be no issues on anything else. We should be able to just keep moving forward from there. But again, some people lose even that smallest aspect. Again, you better start communicating. You better start letting it be known exactly what it is.
Work?
No, nigga, if I was the case, I'd have been in uniform. You know this already, man. Store. Yeah. Yeah. But again, gotta remember this point. Key word out of all of anything today I said is communication at its best. How I expect my woman to keep me happy if I'm not keeping her happy. How I expect to keep anybody happy if I'm not happy within myself. And that's another thing to remember. If you're not happy within yourself, you can't be with somebody because there's not going to be no common ground. And even when you think it's a common ground, there will be issues and arguments because, again, one person is solely giving 100% to somebody and the other person is not giving them that 100 back. See, and that's the thing, though. Again, it be those situations right there, Platty. Not trying to be funny, but this is where some people mess up at. Again, you can't allow a certain experience to make you feel any way about anything. Listen, I've been through situations before I got with that girl of 16 years, and not one time did I feel any way about anything. The most I said was, I know not every person is like that. I just had to keep my eyes open, basically. See, that's the thing. A lot of y'all don't give yourselves options. I granted, when you get a certain age, the options get slimmer. But if you got somebody that check off damn near half of the boxes that you're looking for in a person, whether it's companionship, friendship, relationship, marriage, why not make it work? This is what I'm saying. You can't allow, you really can't. You can't allow one bad experience to dictate anything in your life. You can't allow it to say, well, I quit on this. I'm never going to do this again. No. You just got to make sure, again, that you're checking off the right boxes with the right people. Because you never know. Look here, you probably had a bad experience. You probably have a better experience with somebody, and you'll never know it. But how you going to know that if you solely just giving up? I believe everybody deserves to be happy. Nobody should die alone. That's just my personal opinion. I feel nobody should have to die alone. Everybody deserves somebody. I've always believed that. My bad. I've always believed that. And again, nobody should be alone, especially in their final years of life. Nobody wants to be alone. And that's the main thing to remember. You want to make sure that you're overall happy, balanced, peaceful minded, you know, and that's what it's going to be. Now, look, what's going on? But it's the truth. You want to make sure that this is exactly what what you're achieving. Ultimate goals in life will only be achieved if you keep doing what's necessary. And again, don't give up. Can't give up. Because again, regardless to what, we were born to be natural fighters as far as what we believe in. And again, if I believe that there's happiness around the corner, who am I to stop that positive thought process? Again, nobody can't stop anything from you. They can't take shit from you that you ain't taking from yourself. You know, you got to remember that at certain points in your life, you have to do what's necessary in order to preserve that happiness and that peace and balance. And if you with somebody and they not giving you that, then you got to keep it pushing. Oh, they got my sweet tea. It's over. Fuck y'all. My bad, y'all. No, I'm in the store with the bullshit. Oh, they got the peach. Oh, messed up in the game now. Lady Shay, what's going on, baby? Dagmar, what's going on, baby? I hear you, baby. I know for y'all future babies, it's almost nighttime. It's almost nighttime. She said, grab her one, too. Oh, they don't got my cake, though. I'm about to get upset. I'm about to be upset for 12 seconds of my life. Nah, but you got to remember that part. In life, yes, happiness, everything along those lines, it does start with you. But in that same instance, too, don't deny yourself any type of greatness from happening. Don't allow yourself to be plagued by outside interference or people that just don't mean well by you. See, I'm gonna say this on both angles because it's not just men; it's women too that do the shit. Y'all allow single people to fuck up your relationships. I'm sorry to tell you that way. You will. You will allow somebody who is not happy, who probably wish they had your happiness, to mess up your whole entire life. And for what? Make it make sense. There should be no reason why anybody should be dictating your flow and your path. And then guess what? When you are single now, these people, they not going to uplift you in the best way. Not going to uplift you the right way. Sarah, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, and rest bogus. But you gotta remember that part. Happiness is within. But if you ain't happy within, you can't bring the happiness out. What the hell? Hold on. One killed in Brooklyn building. Oh man. Uh, Another RIP to those who need to hear it or might be affected by this situation here. Apparently, a person died from a building collapse in the city. I'm about to find out the whole details of that. This is why I said life is too precious and life is too short. Life is too short to be wasting time on opportunities that you know ain't gonna happen. It's the truth. Why am I gonna waste precious time I have not trying to put the precious things in my life. You know, again, you want to be happy regardless to what is going on in your life. You want to be happy. You want to have that peace and that tranquility. But how can you do any of this sort and when you ain't sorting out life? You got to sort out your life regardless of what. You know, you live life to the fullest. You take on the responsibilities that you need to take on. You build yourself from within. And once you are completely built from within, now you find a person that's going to best complement that. And I would say this in certain instances for real. Killer, what's going on? There's some of y'all that, again, you have been in bad situations where it could have got worse. Now, if you was able to get away from that, you was able to heal as far as getting the spiritual healing you need all around the board. Now, you just got to remember that the next person you're with, you got to make sure that person is not abusive. Make sure that that person is not going to look down on you. You got to also make sure that person understands clearly what's needed. You know, not so much as what's wanted, but what's needed. You know, if you have certain regrets in life, you don't focus and dwell on that. If anything, you learn from those mistakes, you learn from those errors, and you build yourself stronger and wiser. Because that's all you could possibly do. If I was with somebody that I know was fact and fact for the streets, and I found out towards the end of shit, it's not solely my fault, but that's not nothing that I feel I should judge everybody else on. Because this person that's done me wrong don't mean everybody gonna do me wrong. You get one life in the shell of a body, then that's it. So while you are still here, again, put the best pieces in your life. There's some of you who have sacrificed having a family because you feel you can't, or you feel you just not built for it. You never know what you're built for if you don't go out and try it. That's just like prime example. Even when it comes down to talents and stuff like that, I would never know my talents if I don't go and try to see what those talents lie at. Prime example with me in the music. I knew I could definitely write you a song. I could definitely sing and rap you something, but I couldn't play an instrument for shit. See, I knew my role when it came to music. That's the problem. Some people got to know their role in life. They know their position. Know what your do's are, what your don'ts are, and you know you move from there. And that is a must that you move on. No doubt, Angela, baby. Hopefully, I'll see some of y'all later on. Definitely, I am going to do a little music before time. Um, but again, you gotta just solely know, you know, what your interests are. Like, what are your sole interests? What are your, you know, what are your goals and what are your determination when it comes to relationship aspect? Nene, what's going on, baby? I ain't messing with you, lady. Say, no, I'm serious. You know, you gotta look at that. Like I said, even when it comes down to that, people know exactly what they can do and what they can't do. But again, you'll never know if you don't push yourself.
Trying to roll this fucking cut. Cold as my fucking cup. That shit turning into fucking ice.
Nigga, that's a whole new ice cup. Stop your bullshit, son. Awful. Don't start your bullshit, son. That's a whole new ice cup. That's why.
Ice.
So that's a whole new ice cup, son. You're not gonna lie to me, son. Come on, son. Come on, son. You're not gonna lie to me, son. Word to highlight, yo. You're not gonna lie to me. Oh man, yo. But again, one thing I'm gonna tell some of y'all: don't give up on the freedoms that you got, and never sacrifice anything that don't need to be sacrificed. You could compromise. If you find somebody that you know checked off half the boxes, some of the boxes that didn't get checked off is probably because y'all disagree on those things right there. But again, if you know what you're doing, you pretty much know how to move from there. You know? Again, know what's best for you.
What I feel?
You know me, you know me. Who's swearing in the background? Dagmar, we over on over here. Serious, what's going on, baby? Again, for those in the city, it just stopped raining finally, but it feels like it's gonna get cold tonight. So make sure y'all dressed accordingly, just in case if you got any plans. I don't know how this whole weekend gonna be weather-wise, but again, make sure you dressed accordingly weather-wise, because you ain't trying to risk getting sick. You already know Dagmar, baby. You know, but again, you got to remember what it is that you want and what you necessarily need. What you want is love, right? So you need to go out there and find it. But you also need to be safe and careful when doing so. You can't just place love in one person and that person might not be the person for you. That'd be like how they say your first true love. Your first true love, if it was a good one, is how it's supposed to be when you are with somebody. There's some people who have gotten together and realized that they couldn't be with nobody else. So again, you got to remember again what makes you happy, what's going to keep you satisfied, you know, and what's going to definitely keep you in the up and up spirits. You know, again, there's certain things in life you might not want to have to do, but you're going to have to do them, especially if it is for the sake of your happiness. You know, again, when it comes down to friendships, you might have to cut some people off because if those people are not trying to uplift you, if they're not motivating you, if they're not trying to be with you on any notion, even when you're having one of your down moments, then again, you know, that's not a person you should be with. If I can't come and talk to my significant other about some things that I feel is, you know, look at that. Hate when people do that. My bad. Fuck you looking at with the stink face, man. Shit. I ain't talking to you. My bad, y'all. See, even on a Friday, people don't know how to let you be light skinned. No, but you know, you gotta understand that point though, for real. You know, satisfaction is always gonna have to start from within yourself. What are you satisfied with? What makes you satisfied? Is having the right person with you gonna be satisfaction? That should be everybody. Having that right person, that's a satisfaction key right there. You know, if you have somebody who's taking you as you are, basically, you know, you should accept that and love that and don't get rid of it. Doesn't matter if it's a friendship, relationship, marriage. If a person is with you for the long haul, then you let them be there. Some people don't even know how to allow friends to be friends sometimes, and that right there will cause a little discrepancy. Listen, if you know every friend is not going to be the same, then you should understand that you're dealing with different personalities. You might have a friend that's really like out there, like not saying loose, but out there, like they too eccentric. They don't mind trying new things. They don't mind putting new things into the aspects of life. If it's giving them happiness and joy, it's almost like a risk taker to a degree. You see how some of these risk takers think in life? I'm gonna take this risk regardless to what, because that's what satisfies me. Yes, Lady Shade, there I go again. Yeah, nah, this lady just walked past me and see I'm on the phone talking with y'all and stared in my face with the evil grin. Ain't nobody tell you to look like the monkey from the Wizard of Oz. Shit. Son of a bitch. My bad. You about to make me get all crazy on a Friday. I ain't trying to do it. Not trying to do it. Killer, don't come in here with them damn Sasson eyes, nigga. Where the Sasson package at? Coming in here, man. Where the food at, man? Where the food at? But you got to remember again that, there's certain things in life that are going to be out of your control. The things that are in your control, you have to master it. And you have to definitely make sure that this is what it is. Okay, if I got somebody that I know for a fact ain't gonna leave me even at the weakest point of my life, then why should I push them away? Again, even friends. Friends are gonna come in many different shapes and forms. But again, if they're gonna do what's necessary and hold it up, that's what they're gonna do. Look, come on, man, I'm still coming for that coat. I'm still coming for that coat, son. Again, real friends are not gonna abandon you or leave you on stuck even at your lowest point. The same way with an actual person you're dealing with in a relationship. If that person loves and cares for you enough, they're gonna do everything in their power to make sure that you get back to that happy place. And you should let that happen. But some people don't allow processes to happen. They want to rush it. You can't rush things in life. Remember that part. You can't waste time, but you can't rush things neither. You cannot rush things. It's good. Joe, you got to remember that part too. Again, you are solely in control of your destination in life. If your destination is happiness, you got to keep yourself on that happy road. And that means putting the right happy pieces around you. Again, you can't rush the process in life. What you can do is, you know, take the time and also calculate what you need to calculate. And don't waste time neither. Some of you are wasting time trying to find that quote unquote perfect one. There is no perfect one out there because there's nobody in this world that's perfect. So we need to get to that understanding. You can come close to perfect, but there'll never be a perfect person in a perfect situation. No, you got to remember that. You can't waste time chasing after things that ain't going to give you nothing of substance. Like, why would I chase and follow something if it's not giving me some sort of growth? It's not giving me something that I know I'm going to need at some point in my life. It's pointless. Like I said, it's pointless to try to follow anything that's not giving you happiness, peacefulness, and prosperity. Because again, like most of us, yeah, we want to be with somebody that we both going to be able to uplift each other. If I'm down financially and you up, it would be the same way if you down and I'm up. We would have to really be for each other. Because again, it'll take the smallest situations that'll break something good up. But if it's taking the smallest things to break you up, and that means it wasn't going to be solid from jump. Because again, you didn't build a foundation. You have to build a foundation when you are dealing with somebody. And again, the best communication will be the best foundation for everything. You got to remember that part too. How can I be happy with somebody if I'm not showing them any type of happiness and gratitude? If this person brought joy in my life, I'm gonna show them gratitude every damn day that I can. Just because they didn't have to do it, but they did it. Liz, what's going on, baby? Platty, you ain't perfect. Cut that bullshit out. Don't come over here with that, Platty. Don't come over here with that, damn it. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious, baby. Working hard and these Chinese people delivering the food, baby. But you gotta remember that part again. Happiness, it's not just a word. It is a feeling. It is a state of mind. And if you're not in that state of mind of happiness, you're gonna have nothing but chaos and misery around you. But again, you gotta remember that. You know, you don't waste time chasing after people that don't mean you well, and you don't waste your time chasing after something that you know might not possibly be. You gotta be more realistic. And that's what people are missing nowadays, being more realistic with themselves and being realistic with what's going on in the community, period. If I know, prime example, I might want to deal with somebody, but that person might not look at me like I look at them, then why would I continue to chase or throw a shot? You know, how you doing? Marlene, what's going on, baby? You know, and that's the thing. The person you want to be with, they have to show that. They have to show compassion. They also have to show, dedication. Because I can show all the compassion, but if I'm not dedicated to making something work, it's not going to work. The point.
I know.
And that's the thing to remember. You have to be happy within yourself so you could bring out that happiness, and you can also show a person what it truly means to be happy. But again, some of y'all are letting single people break up something good. And guess what? Once they done already accomplished their goal, now here goes the self-doubt or the doubt of being in anything that's going to be beneficial. Nah. I would solely say this for those who are in these strong relationships. Again, don't allow any outside interference or any outside negativity to throw you off. Don't let it throw you off. Because again, these people are not laying up with you. These people are not going to be with you when you at your downest moment. And again, a single person is always leaving somebody single. I don't want to hear that, but it be true. All right. You got to remember that part. Prime example. You got some women that don't like sports at all, but if you know your man is a sports fanatic, you got to compromise. Not saying sacrifice anything, but compromise. All right, I know you don't like the fact that I'm watching sports right now, but look here. If I only require this time of the day to just do this, let me get that. This again, people got to respect spaces and boundaries. I'm a sports fanatic. It's going to be days I'm probably going to be with the fellas. I'm going to be with the fellas for a few hours. If I'm with you majority of the time throughout the damn week, look here. I'm not going home with my friends at the end of the day. I'm home with you, right? So again, you got to compromise. I might not like the fact you watch soap operas all day, but if I know that's something that you watch and that's something you've been doing, I ain't going to stop you from doing it. There's some of you who try to stop people from being them and living their lives, but you can't. Because when you met them, they were still doing the same damn thing. So it shouldn't be no issue. How you doing? You got to remember, self-reflection is going to be one of them. You got to be able to say, okay, I know what I need. I know what I acquire or what I require. Now I got to just acquire that shit. If I want somebody that I know for a fact is going to be for me, then I got to make sure that that person has most of the qualifications that's supposed to be there. I don't care if it's just the simplest qualifications. Look here, if you're honest, if you're respectful, and if you're loyal, those three components right there will show and prove more than anything. Gotta have a compassion level too, because again, I can't sit here and not show empathy or sympathy when I know my significant other could be going through something. My significant other could have had a death in the family, and I don't know how they're going to turn out behind it. That don't mean I just sit there and ignore them. Not going to do that. Mo, what's going on, baby? Mm-hmm. Again, if I know my person is upset, I got to try to make them happy. If I know they're going through it, the most I could do is be compassionate and console them at their time of need right now. You can't expect things to stay strong when you're not keeping the foundation strong at all. You're not. Back to the fake on, moving on up towers to the east side. To a deluxe apartment in your mama's house. But again, you gotta want that. And in order for you to keep that and preserve that, again, be real with yourself. Oh man.
Thank you.
Huh? All right. You just got to remember that. You know, again, you know, happiness is not far away. No. If I did, trust me, you know. You know, you're about this nigga over here advertising. Oh no. No, I said he just lit that blunt. You know, but you gotta remember, what up, my guy? You know, but you gotta remember that part. You know, happiness, build it from within. You know, because again, nobody should ever steal your happiness. Nobody. Again, relationship, marriage shouldn't feel like it's boot camp or parole. It should feel what it feels like. You know, love and respect. It should feel good. You know, it should definitely feel good. You know, you shouldn't have to worry about putting all your eggs in one basket and then they don't pan out. Now, again, know what you want, know what you need, and make sure you're willing to do what's necessary. Nah, this won't working. It's just moving slow. I just got off this one not too long ago, like a half an hour or so ago.
It's moving in half an hour.
Yeah, nah, I got off that middle elevator. Nah, it's moving slow, bro. I got off this middle elevator because I just missed that one. I was like, fuck. You know, and again, you know, you want the best in life, you got to put the best in it. You know, you got to put the best things in life in front of you. Got to remember that part. Because again,
you have to have what you want.
Yeah. Because some people fail to realize that part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, put the best things in your life. Yeah. You get to a certain age.
I can cash in anytime I want to. I can.
Exactly.
Yo, you know.
I already know, bro. Trust me. You know, again, some of y'all who refuse to put that cylinder of thinking in your life.
You're gonna be like 80 something now.
Oh shoot. Because you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to be getting too old up there, and then now look, your options are slimmer and slimmer.
First shot you get to do that shit, do it.
Exactly.
Away from them, bro.
You get away from the toxic shit, but as far as everything else you try to incorporate in your life, you just gotta incorporate it. You want to be on a happy road, you gotta put it there. You already know. You want to be on that happy road of life, put yourself on it. You know, you can't sit here and go over everybody else's actions and judgments. One person should not dictate my whole relationship, especially outside of the friends. That should never be one of them. But there are a lot of you who will allow that to happen. Like, come on now. You gotta have a respect for yourself and a common love for yourself too. Cause ain't nobody else gonna love you if you don't love yourself. Ain't nobody gonna believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. So you gotta believe that, guess what? Whatever decisions you are making in life, those decisions, especially if it's on the up and up, those decisions will be successful decisions. You know, and again, main thing to remember, once you feel it's something toxic, get away from it. Because that toxicity level will bring you down to a whole nother level that you don't want to be in. That is something to keep focus on. I can't build with somebody if I know they're going to keep downing me every time I do something that I feel is great. Nobody should ever make you feel less than. Again, word, what's going on, my guy? Again, nobody should ever make you feel less than. You're supposed to be able to keep yourself at a strong, sensible balance. If a person can't respect you for who you are, if they can't respect you for the things that you're doing, then you don't need to be with them. Because 9 out of 10, they're not going to respect any type of real positive building that you're doing at some point. Solely remember that part too. 1 second, y'all. You know, but again, just remember this part and solely remember this part. Anything in life you want, you're gonna have to go get it. And that means not sacrificing everything just to get it. You could compromise. Because again, there are gonna be some things you do that a person don't like, and vice versa. There's gonna be some things a person does that you don't like. But if everything else again is panning out as far as your list is concerned, there shouldn't be no problems. And again, when you have something that is got something that's definitely worth it, keep it. Again, you don't allow people to make judgments in your own relationships or anything. You got to solely do that. Problem is with a lot of people, again, they don't follow their gut instinct. They will follow somebody else's instinct or somebody else's insight, but won't follow their own. You have to do that. My bad. You hear me starting to curse out somebody, you know who I'm cursing out. Come over here with that madness. So come over here, boy. Don't come over here. You got food and water. Don't bother me. Don't bother me. What you want? Somebody come get this boy. Somebody come get this boy. What you want, nigga? What you want? What you want? What? What? Yeah, now when I put you on camera, you gonna run away, right? Punk ass. Well, bad, y'all. Y'all already know I'm dealing with the fake demon child in here. But no, message was definitely given out today. Again, some of you have to stop sabotaging your happiness. Stop listening to outside people that just want what you got. Again, real friends, they're gonna let you know what it is. Fake friends, they're gonna tell you what you think you want to hear and see if you follow it. It shouldn't be that way. If I'm happy with a woman, if I'm aware of her past, and if her past is not as dangerous or if it's not as unsavory, then again, I gotta have a common sense level. Shut your bitch ass up. Go ahead. Go ahead. You'll be outside today, bro. Shut your ass up. Somebody come get this damn dog, man. Someone don't talk to him like that, man. He better stop barking. Now, I appreciate you too, Ma. I appreciate you, sis. You already know, appreciate y'all all for being a part of this. Yeah, just had to bring that message out again. For some of y'all, stop messing yourselves up. Stop listening to outside interference. Stop listening to things that are unnecessary. Start following your gut instinct more than anything. With that being said, though, I do appreciate everybody that tuned in for the convo. Drop the link in case anybody want to chime in, but if not, I ain't gonna hold y'all long. I need to try to figure out something else soon. So, but again, a lot of you men and women out there, you want to have to really follow your gut before anything. Don't allow somebody to make a decision for you that you can make yourself. Again, hopefully somebody did get something out of this. Even that troll that came in here, hopefully you got something out of what was said earlier too. Stop coming in here trying to attack the women, fool. You want somebody to attack your mama? Oh, I don't think you want that. So stop attacking the women over here, bro. Be grown, man. You got something to say, like I said, when that link is dropped, you come talk to me. Other than that, stop being a pain and a pestilence to the content. Don't get mad because you don't have nothing to speak about. Fuck out of here. Mo, he know better. That's why he's sitting there looking. He thought I had something for him. Come over here with that. Come over here with that, man. I will bite him back. You know this already. But again, just think about that. The message is clear as day. Some of y'all that, again, will mess up your happiness because you're listening to all the wrong advice. If you're taking advice from somebody that done been divorced more than 3 times, I don't think you should be listening to that because they're not giving you no real insight on how to actually keep it. They just showing you the things not to do. Oh no, I was kind of nice earlier, kind of nice. Not really. You know this already, serious. I don't do that. You came in here and the first person you try to attack is somebody that you don't even know. Go sit somewhere in the corner for the rest of your life and reevaluate your life. You know? Oh yeah, you got to stop being cowards, like I said. So if at any time you feel you got something to say when that link is dropped, pop in for the conversation so we can have it. Other than that, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna keep being cool like I be cool. You feel me? But yeah, let me get up out of here. Let me go figure out my lunch/dinner. I could be back on Twitch around another hour or so. If not, just expect something on the backup channel. Don't worry. We're gonna have some good vibes. I was going to do another discussion tonight, but I think I'm gonna hold that for tomorrow night. So, again, be mindful and be wary of what you placing in your life, and make sure when you got the right things in life that you do everything in your power to keep it there. Don't allow somebody to ruin your happiness because of their own interactions. That will never work. Let me get up out of here, though. It's always a blessing to bring sun to the people, and this is what we're going to keep doing. We're going to keep bringing the real talks when needed. For those who might have just been tuning in, you can catch the replay definitely. And again, appreciate everybody that's been a part of this eulogy family and been a part of this growth, still being a part of this growth. We still got more work to do, and that's what we're going to keep doing. We're going to work until we get to where we need to get to. A common junction in life. But yeah, nonetheless, again, follow your happiness, follow your spirit, especially when it's leading you in the right direction. Never second guess nothing that you might have. And if you know you got something great and grand, keep it. Marlene, don't laugh at the pettiness. You know this already. Do not laugh at my extreme pettiness. It happens. Oh yeah, and for that person that need to hear that again, if you have something to say, come say it to me. Stop trying to go after the women in the chat. And I know you a whole dude, and that's the bozo part about it, is that you being a bozo towards women. You got some smoke with me, nigga. You see who up on this damn avatar, nigga. Come get this smoke. Other than that, keep it pushing, bitch. But let me get up out of here. So if y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, you already know that love is love and that be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. And that's all I'm gonna do is give you real topics and real bills. Yeah, I'll see y'all later on, definitely. I'll set a reminder. Yeah, I'll see some of y'all running around these streets. I think I got some replays to catch too since I've been asleep half the day. Let me get to doing that. But y'all stay safe, keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.